All right, ladies. So today we're going to talk about 7 things that women do on dates that you shouldn't be doing. These are 7 mistakes, 7 common mistakes that I see women continually do. And it doesn't matter how beautiful you are. Every woman does this. And these are things that really can mess up a date. It really could. All right. No matter how good the guy is, sometimes if you fuck it up, there's no return. And I'm gonna show you the things that normally fucks it up. Now, for those who don't know, I'm on social media. Since I don't have my computer to edit it on, I can't really put it on the videos because I can't edit right now. If you guys want to find me, you guys can find me here. That's my Snapchat. That's my Facebook and Instagram. You know, you can check me out. Also, if I don't know where you guys are from, but the weather's amazing where we're living. Like, I'm living in the United States, the upper East Coast, and it's so nice that when I walked outside this morning, even the birds were fucking chirping. They were like, chirp, chirp. And I was like, hey, what the fuck is going on? It's like the birds looking at each other, all confused and shit. When are we supposed to migrate? But whatever, man. I'm enjoying this weather. It's like a guilty pleasure. So let's get started. All right. So the biggest mistake that women do on dates is this: revealing your intentions too early. Now, a lot of women might think that they're setting their standards, setting their boundaries by telling the guy, by the way, tonight we're not doing anything, so don't you even dare try to reach for the cookie yard, right? This is the thing, is that I understand where this is coming from, right? You're really trying to tell the guy, look, today I just want to get to know you. I just want to understand you. I just want to chat, you know? Like, I don't want this to go any further. And that's fine, and that's pretty good. I don't mind. But the problem is that it's not that you're not setting your standard, is that you're taking away from the mystery. It's a lot better to let them find out subtly than to let them find out directly. One of the most attractive traits that you could develop is the ability to be ambiguous, to speak and act in a way that requires interpretation, that requires further analysis, that requires further thinking, where your words sounds like they're almost encrypted. It makes you more mysterious. It makes you more alluring by nature. So by not telling the guy what's your intention and letting him find out, he doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know if you guys are going to have sex or not. So it gives it that tension, like a movie without knowing the ending, like a good movie without knowing the ending. When you just tell him he's not gonna have sex tonight, then his hope is done. I mean, it's not that he just wants sex, but the sex part is what keeps him interested, and that's true. I mean, think about it. Why do people watch a movie for the ending? Why do people go out with people for the outcome? I mean, that's true, right? So by keeping him there, you could use that moment where he wants to stay with you because he may have sex, and you could use that moment to actually get him attached to you through some of the things that I teach. You're baiting him the bait of sex, but in a way, you could use that bait in order to make him fall in love, distract him from your real intentions, and that's possible. But you can't do that if you reveal your cards too early, because he's gonna get his defenses up. You see, and again, it makes it fun. It's the teasing part, the uncertainty that makes it fun. All right, and I know it sounds like, oh, tell guys you want sex. No, I'm not saying that. Let them find out through your actions, and let them figure it out rather than you telling them. You're making it too easy on him. Number 2, outcome dependence. Again, it's very similar to the last point. When you focus on an outcome, you're not enjoying the process. For example, I remember I used to make online courses on udemy.com. And when I used to make online courses, I used to rush through them a lot, like, because I wanted to get done. And I would make courses that would be like, like 12 hours. Nah, fuck that, 12 hours, like 5 hours, and they weren't as enjoyable. Like, I could even, I'm gonna send you a link to a video where, I'm gonna put a link below to a video where I'm teaching on the course, and you'll see the difference. Like, you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna see how it feels like I'm rushing it. Why is this? It's because I wanted it to get done. If I just wanted to talk the subject, like, rather to talk about it because I want to talk about it like I'm doing it now without thinking of the outcome, as opposed to just do it because I need to meet a quota. For example, if I was making these videos and my goal was to get to 100 videos, I would be rushing my videos. I wouldn't be enjoying my videos. My 96th video wouldn't be as enjoying as opposed to if I didn't have an outcome. So that's what you need to understand, that you have to enjoy learn how to enjoy the process rather than just wanting the outcome. When you enjoy something, it means you enjoy every second of it. Most of the time, you're not enjoying yourself. Most of the time, you're working for something. You're working for the relationship. You see, and you fail to notice that enjoying the process of building a relationship is what makes a relationship. And it's counterintuitive, but that's how you got to do it. And in order to get the relationship with a guy, you got to stop. That has to be the last thing that's on your mind. Number 3, fear of judgment. When you are afraid of how you're going to come across, that comes because of your childhood, how you were raised, the standards that you had to abide by. Every child is told you have to live by a certain standard. You don't want to be seen as the weak one. You don't want to be seen as the slut. So as a result, you walk on eggshells. He tells you how many guys you've been with, and you tell him 3. You downplay your number big time. And again, look, I recommend doing that because guys are judgmental. Like, I'm not kidding. I recommend doing that. Like, I wish that wasn't the case. And I wish I was optimistic enough to tell you that that's not true. But that's true. Like, it's one thing being honest, but again, you got to be selectively honest with the kind of stuff. You see, you can't tell guys how many guys you've really been with. Okay? Unfortunately, isn't that crazy, right? Isn't that fucked up? I really don't care how many guys. See, this is the thing. Is that I don't care how many guys you've been with, right? But guys are not like that. Most guys are not like that. They don't understand the nature of how people are. Number 4, gender roles. When you're playing by the gender role. Now, I'm not saying that be courted and all that stuff. That's fun. But when you abide by those rules and nothing outside of that, that's the issue. When you fucking require that shit, you better open the door for me. Like you fucking like waiting for that shit. You better fucking pay. And if he doesn't pay, you feel like, he's no man because he's not paying for the day. He's no man because he's making me walk on the other side of the street. Yeah, that's superficial shit, man. Any person can do that. Any person can do that. You see, and that's the thing is that guys that are not worth your time. Okay, I was going to say guys that are not worth your time are going to do that. Don't believe me. That's not true. But what I'm saying is that a lot of guys, if you rely on that, guys that are not worth your time are going to use that in order to get you. They're going to play those gender roles. It's easy to play gender roles. It's easy to play gender roles. And so when you're playing those gender roles, you kind of restrict yourself from meeting guys that are from different perspectives. You may not know if you may or may not like it. A guy who's more feminine. A guy who doesn't fake the mold. And so you're only going to restrict yourself to certain guys. No wonder you keep meeting the same guys. Because you have certain expectations that only attracts those guys. All right. Number 5 is arguing. When you're arguing on a date, that's the last thing you want to do. Like, don't argue on a date. Like, trust me. Like, even little bits of arguments, you're gonna feel how it affects the date. It really does. Like, nothing makes a dick limper than arguments and alcohol. Like, you don't want any of that. Even politics. Talking about politics, don't do that. Okay. Lateness. It's not even just the lateness. It's the lack of consideration when you're late on a date. And again, it's not the late part. Is your thing like, I don't care that I'm late. Let's get started. I had the pussy. I am hot. So you should be happy because I'm here. Fuck that shit, man. Hell no, man. Like, if you do that with a guy, he'll take you on a date, but he's gonna feel resentful. He'll want to have sex with you, but he'll do like, I don't know, like a hate fuck where he'll have sex with you like out of like, fucking like this is what you get for being late. I don't know, dude, but don't be late on a date, man. Like it's cute being late, 5 minutes late, but you better fucking apologize. I better see tears. I better see your face. I better see you being contrite. If you're late, don't act like nothing happened too. And even if you miss out on a date because you didn't come, don't act like nothing happened. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't make it. You girls know what the fuck I'm talking about. You try to act like nothing happened. It was a mistake. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's happened to me before. That's how I'm reacting like that. When that shit happened to me, that hurt my ego, man. Like that's not fun. That's not fun. It makes me. I did that. One girl did that to me, and because of that, I'm a nice person for the most part, but at that point in my life, I was like a little depressed, like big time. That was a couple years ago, and she did that to me, and because of that, like I made her go to Philly, and stood her out on purpose because she did that twice to me, and I don't recommend doing that. Like revenge, not good, right? It's not good. Like, I don't recommend people doing any revenge, and I'll never do that again because that's fucked up. Because I felt bad. Like, I really felt bad on a girl for doing that. But I don't recommend doing that shit. All right, so forget that I said that. All right, number 7, inaccurate description of how you look. Now, if you guys just met in person, like in person, nothing wrong with that because they already saw you. But if you guys meet online, and you better give the guy a real description, or it's gonna get awkward real quick. It's gonna get awkward real quick. Like I'm 5'9", but on online dating I put like I'm 5'10", so that they can find me quicker. Because girls like taller guys on online. But on the profile, I tell them, look, I'm 5'9". I'm just kidding around. I'm not 5'10", and they don't mind that. But as long as you don't give it as long as you're recognizable, if they see you on the streets, if they meet you online, like there were plenty of times when I would meet a person online and I'll be like, where are you? And they're like, I'm right in front of you. And I'm like, hey, how are you? Like, you don't want that. Or else suddenly their nieces are going to get sick and you got to go to the hospital because your niece is sick. Like, those are just awkward, and nothing finishes the date quicker than that, and another thing is the paying part. Like, I don't mind paying. Like, I'll pay. Like, I like paying for dates because if I invite you out, I invite you out. And I don't care if the girl doesn't do it, the gesture that she's gonna pay. Talk about like the slow going into your wallet, and like suddenly he doesn't do anything, so you can't like waiting like, what should I do? What I'm saying is act with the guy. Act like a little bit of acting. This is a little bit of acting. You know what I'm saying? Or even just talking about it earlier. Look, I'll pay for half. If the guy doesn't want to, you can just, I'll pay for half. And 90% of the time, the guy's going to say, let me see, what would I say? Actually, it depends. If I invited the girl out, I'll be the one who said, no, that's cool, I'll pay. 90% of the time, I will say I'll pay. But if we just met and we're walking and we see a place to eat and it wasn't a pre-planned meetup, like, don't fucking expect me to pay on that on that occasion. Like, put your part up. You pay for that shit. But for the most part, if the guy invites you out and he invites you out, just say that you're gonna pay. Because for the most part, no, say that you're gonna pay for half. Unless you are going out with me, you can say that. Say that you're gonna pay for half, and for the most part, he's gonna say, I'll pay. And if he says cool, then make sure you pick a cheap place. And also, chances are he wanted that. And again, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just pick a cheap place, man. Like, these are just a little semantics that you can get through after the first or second dates and talk about that. Anyways, it's Alex from mindfulattraction.org. I may make another video today, but I hope you guys enjoy my new camera with my headphones. And if you guys need one-on-one coaching, let me know, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye. All right, so if you're a single woman and you ever wanted to work with me one-on-one, you could check out the course, The Psychological Game of Attraction, which is a course specifically made for women who are single. Okay, this course is split up in 4 different sections. The first section, I pretty much talk about the psychology of attraction, basic psychology of human nature that you need to understand. Once you understand this part, the naiveness that you have inherited from society will go away. The second part is I split the relationships of getting to know a guy in 3 sections. One, the pre-honeymoon period. The pre-honeymoon period is when you're getting to know a guy, when you're feeling him out, when you're feeling that chemistry, before you feel that intense chemistry. This section is all, and I will show you if you're in that section, right? Because there are signs in the relationship that you're in that part. The second part is the honeymoon period, which is when everything's great and you think there's nothing you can do to fuck it up, right? So that section has video specifically made to make sure that you don't fuck up the honeymoon period, to make sure that he doesn't lose interest, because that's what naturally happens when you're in a honeymoon period. So I pretty much show you how to maintain that mystery. The other part is the post-honeymoon period, when naturally you go from this high dopamine to oxytocin, when you guys are feeling comfortable, when you guys are getting to know each other, when you guys are really falling in love. You don't fall in love in the honeymoon period, you fall in love in the post-honeymoon period. So everyone in each relationship is in every one of these 3 sections. You will identify if you're in that section, because I just tell you these are the signs you're in that period. So if you're in that period, just watch these 4 videos and that's all you need to do. Like, literally. So if you were calling me, you're like, Father Alex, I'm going to this, I'm talking to this guy and he's fucking bullshitting me. And I'm like,
Okay, so you're in a post honeymoon period. Okay, you know what? Do this. That's pretty much, it's almost like getting coached by me. This course is 99. Wait, is it? Oh, that's a Spanish one, people. That's a Spanish one. I'm showing you guys the Spanish one. Oh no, that's the English one. This course is $99. Look at that, right? $99 for this course. And all you guys, and it's the price of a fucking purse, okay? This will fix your single life. And if you don't like it, just ask for your money back and I'll send it to you. No questions asked. Check it out. Click on the description down below to get it. Well, I'm closing the channel.